excellent. So Algiers now is... There it is. There it is. We've got to quell this rebellion. We have to put it down immediately. Got to put this rebellion to bed here. We just cannot have this. Let's take this fight, my friends. Let's take this fight. We are going to have to maul these gentlemen. We don't have the... We've got one regiment of horse here fully ready to go here, but we're going to have to really be on our guard here. In here, look at that. They're coming heavily here on our right, their left. Look at the cavalry there. This is absolutely staggering. Buckling under fire. Gentlemen, this is not a Sunday stroll. Come on, break these fiends here. Well, that's it. Well done, sir. Put an end to this rebellion, gentlemen, if you would, please. Into the flank of them, lads. Yes, what a victory. Knights of St. John campaign, and this, my friends, I would have to last time, where we have finally, my friends, quelled and quashed that rebellion here in Tripoli here. It really was a brutal rebellion, but we absolutely crushed it here, just outside the port of Sirte here. And now we have all of North Africa firmly under our control. As you can see now, Tripoli now is slowly but surely coming under our control. A military crackdown is in progress here, so it is going to bring things under control, hopefully. Now, it's going to take a while. As you can see, we're still exempt from tax, so of course we can't bring that sort of surplus money into the coffers just yet, but we shall do once things are firmly under control here. Maybe a couple more months, maybe a couple more years, and the population will grow to sort of, you know, really sort of stand well with the order. But at the moment we have to keep this army here for the meantime. Now, I know many of you said, Mal, you need to get this army up and running and get it over to the New World as quickly as possible. That is our goal. What we'll do is we'll bring this population under control. In the meantime, whilst that's happening, we will, as you can see, they've taken quite a beating here. And this is our main army, but although it looks like it's been in the wars quite a bit, it's taking a real beating. Let's not be under any illusions here. This army has been absolutely smashed to pieces here in sort of various campaigns. This army has single-handedly conquered all of North Africa, and also it's quelled the rebellion as well. So you can imagine it's been in a number of fights. But look at this. It is now a veteran army here. It really has become one of our most battle-hardened, or our only battle-hardened army, should I say. And with that, it's perfect for to be the tip of the spear that's going to conquer sort of the pirate islands. Now, the pirate islands are what most of the council, or all of the council, have absolutely agreed on. That we must take these two settlements here, these two regions here. We must take Trinidad and Tobago. We must take Leeward Islands. But also, as many of you rightly said, it also allows us to set ourselves up here as a forward operating base for future expansion against the British. Now, if the war against Britain continues, as you can probably imagine it will do, for some reason the British have taken a real disliking to us, then of course we then have Jamaica and Bahamas here well within striking distance. And we've also got Spain here as well, which is always a good thing to see. Now, Spain are at war with they're not at war with Britain at all, which is unfortunate to say the least. But still, if they were, that would have been fantastic. We could have relied on their sort of naval support. As you can see here, they do have quite the navy here. That is a staggering navy, it really is. So we are looking to potentially in the future, if things work out well for us, we are potentially looking to sort of move against these sort of two British assets here. But we've also got to be careful that once we take, or if we take, let's not be presumptuous enough to think we're going to sort of stroll in here. Let's just assume for a moment that we do take these islands, that we must be prepared for the British to possibly blockade or even try to invade one or both these islands. So again, that's something we have to factor into what's happening here. We just cannot go in with a sort of a shoestring army. It's an army that must stand on its own 2 feet. Remember, we are absolutely sort of, working and operating here on a real shoestring budget. We do not have the resources or the capacity here to be putting army groups and sort of, on a wide scale sort of, operations here where you're sort of pretty much kicking in the door of multiple sort of regions and taking them over. We don't have those facilities, at least not yet. But these islands could be the stepping stones for that possible future. Now, the pirates are going to be our main sort of key sort of target at the moment, but there are those also who have quite rightly said that Morocco should be also be our main goal here. But I think there's something stirring in the wind here with Morocco. I really, really do. This is quite a fascinating sort of possibility here. Now, we've got Spain, who are absolutely at war with Morocco. Be under no illusions, they loathe and detest each other, Spain and Morocco. They really, really do. But also, if we just cast our eyes hither, look at this. We've then got this Ottoman army here. For some reason, is here in the Mediterranean moving. Now, they're either moving towards Spain, or they're moving towards Morocco. Now, Spain is at war with the Ottomans and Morocco, and vice versa. So as you can possibly imagine, this is either going to hit Morocco, or it's going to hit a Spanish enclave somewhere, or maybe even try and go for Madrid, which would be a huge, huge event. I mean, that would be absolutely catastrophic for the Spanish. It really would. You may possibly even see the Spanish Empire collapsing. That would be the sort of the blow that really would hit home there. Also had a recommendation, potentially sort of moving into sort of using Portugal and coming to some sort of military access with Portugal, using it as a staging area. Definitely a possibility there. We've also had a wonderful suggestion as well by the council that we use our gentlemen here and actually steal technology. Now, we don't usually do this. We don't usually steal technology, but needs must. So there's a possibility we could move the gentleman into, potentially moving this gentleman into Ankara region and starting just like that. They got a college here in Konya. Now, they're an ally, and I know that if we're caught, it will definitely affect our diplomatic status with us. I understand the repercussions of that. So for the meantime, we're going to hold off on that. So just if things go absolutely really bad for us, we need technology, then we will definitely look at moving in and sort of, shall we say, borrowing, in inverted commas, borrowing some technology from maybe an ally of ours, the Ottomans, because that would put us, that wouldn't give us immediate diplomatic sort of harassment from them if they found out that we were stealing from them. But another wonderful, wonderful suggestion, including this one here, was to actually lower or exempt this region from tax, and thereby bringing down this developing town, the time it would take for this town to develop. And we're going to do that right now. Let's see if this works. I know we'll take a hit here in our economy, but in the long run, it'll definitely prove beneficial to us. Let's see what happens here. Look at that. Down in 3 turns, I mean in 7 turns, we will actually get Baeja here as a potential college. Now, I know some of you are saying also some really fantastic suggestions in terms of using a church to sort of bring the region under sort of Catholic rule, as it were, and bring the sort of all of the sort of citizens under sort of, so we don't have any rebellions, so we quash any rebellions. I've given it serious thought. I really, really have. It's a brilliant suggestion. It really is, and I was teetering on the edge of actually doing that. But the technology is so vital to us. I cannot overstate how vital it is we get technology. It really, really is so important that we do, because without it, we're going to lose both militarily and also economically. But there will come a stage when we take an sort of a region, we won't need this college here or this school here. We can actually dismantle it and move it into a church, and that way then we can start converting the populace, as it were, into the sort of Catholicism, which we definitely need to do, sort of bring the region under control. But for the meantime, I'm going to take it on my own shoulders. But I honestly recognise that brilliant advice that we should have a school, a church. I really do appreciate where you're coming from, my friends. But I'm going to take it on myself to go for the school, because we need the technology. We do need that military technology. It is going to, fire by rank is so crucial to us. I cannot overstate how crucial fire by rank will be to us, especially in the upcoming campaign. Not so much against the pirates, but if we go against sort of Spain, or if we go against Britain on the battlefield, it's going to be crucial that we get that. It really, really is. So we're going to exempt that from tax here. Let's see what that does to our overall income. 3228, so actually not too bad here. Income has dropped here, but we're going to take that hit to bring this sort of, where is Bajor? There it is there. So we can bring this up to scratch. We need that school pretty quick. But in the meantime, we're going to bring Tripoli under sort of full control. We're going to increase the army here. Now then, what have we got? 3228. Well, actually, we can actually get Tunis. It can begin recruiting. As many of you said, use African native infantry and also colonial line infantry. I think probably another gun, a cannon unit. I think we'll get some. I think we'll get some demi cannons because of their range. Mind you, their accuracy isn't brilliant. I think I'd rather have accuracy rather than range. So I think we're going to have a Seekers here. Just to bring that into the fold, just so we're going to slowly but surely build this up. Also, we want to be looking at get cavalry if possible. We need that mobility. We don't have the access yet to sort of proper, regimental cavalry. We're looking at colonial light cavalry. They're good for what we need at the moment. It'll be good against pirates, but we need mobility more than anything here, I think. We need definitely, because we haven't got regiment of horse just yet. Although, of course, silly me, we can, of course, recruit it from here. So we'll have to recruit it from here and then ship it into Tripoli. The horse, the regiments into Tripoli. I'd forgotten completely about that. So I think we will then eventually put these into place as well. We'll probably have 2 or more regiments of horse. Just to bolster that, we'll have then 5 regiments, which I think of horse would be good enough for us. We need mobility, especially against the pirates, because it'll be mostly hand-to-hand combat, but we want to be able to cut them off beforehand. And also, another wonderful suggestion was to start building up Algiers here, because of course, why is Morocco building up this here on the border? Why are these forces being built here? Are they looking to possibly move into Algiers here? So we're going to have to be very wary of that. But we're going to be interesting to see what Ottoman does here. We definitely need to get ourselves plugged bayonets, as you can see. Oh, look at that. We'll open up Royal Cairo Infantry Guards for us. Oh my word, stop the press. I mean, look at that. Look at the recruitment cost. It is mind-boggling. And also these gentlemen here, look at that. African Infantry Guards, the accuracy isn't brilliant, but still, that is a fine addition to our army. It really will be. So that's why it's crucial we get the technology. And also, another wonderful suggestion in terms of naval facilities is to build up small fleets and start picking off small amounts of British sort of ships, single British ships or trade ships. We're also going to try and aim for the Ivory Coast to make the most of, I do beg your pardon my friends, the ivory here. Look at that, 39 for the ivory. 39 gold per ton of ivory. That is a quite colossal amount. There's the Ivory Coast. I think we're sending some ships in here. So we definitely want to make the most of that. We really do. We're actually getting more out of here than Great Britain, which is quite good actually to see. Okay, I think we can end the turn here as long as Britain keeps itself to itself. That army would still do some damage to us, especially these pikemen, which can be an absolute menace. They really can. But I think we could probably hold this attack off. But we just need to get this army up to full strength here. We really do, just in case they have a go at us here. Right, let's end the turn here, my friends. Let's just see what happens here with Britain. Look at that, these fiends here. Of course, and the Bahamas are getting hit by pirates. No, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. That is unbelievable. Oh, my goodness me. There's the Ottomans. They've gone. That army's sunk. And we're possibly about to lose. That's an absolute hammer blow, that is. That really is. What a hammer blow that was, my friends. But we mustn't panic. We mustn't panic. Remember, they've already landed the troops, which means they'll bring it into siege pretty much straight away. So we must not panic here. We must still maintain what we're doing here. What we will do, though, is we'll move the Sakers out of the city. What we've just built, should I say. Oh, look at that. These fiends here, these pirate fiends. We're not going to panic. That's the last thing we need to do here. Because that will spell our doom. So we're still okay here. We've still got a good bank here as well. That proves why we need that bank. We're going to start putting things into position here. That's okay, but we're starting now to slowly bring it under control here. We're bound to have some kind of harassment here. Oh, look at that. 4,000 to bring that into... Oh my goodness me. Things are not going well for us here, are they? Let's be honest. Right, let's bring that into under control here. We've got the privateer here. Should be joining this navy here. We slowly start to build up that up there. Oh, that's more like it, my friends. That's more like it. We've got that there, the ivory there, and there as well. We've just got to try and keep the money rolling in here. Oops, I beg your pardon, good sir. So we're going to have a trade here. Yes, look at the ivory there. 760 20 tusks. So look at that. That is going to be a huge boost there. Especially the Ottoman Empire. Okay, so we've got ourselves there established in the Ivory Coast. If we can send another ship there, it'll be worth investing in another ship, I think. So what we are going to do is send this ship, this sloop, the Ardent, to the Ivory Coast. Now, can we slip by anybody here? I think we can make it. We've got the Western African Trade Theatre. Let's just slip by here. We slip by Britain. That's it. Well done, sir. And they're on their way. Wonderful to see. We are not going to be bamboozled, but Britain is going to attack us here. Britain is going to hit us pretty hard here in Tunis. So what we are going to do is we're going to cancel that, because there's no point in building that there. Once we leave here, this is going to rebel again, and that's the problem we've got. By damn. Not building anything here, are we at all? No. What we can actually do as well is we can pull some of these forces out as well. Ready to strike against Britain. That's fine. We'll have to do that. We'll have to bring that tax on stream here to build up. Because if we lose Tunis, which is like 402 here, we need to compensate for that. By damn, this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough. Look at that -3 there. Bring only 99 coming in there from that. That's absolutely nothing at all, is it really? Okay. But if we can bring this on stream... No, gentlemen. Please repair it, thank you. That'll be +4 to repression. That should bring it under control. But mind you, we've got an army still here. But we're going to try and do what we can here. We've got to get this army up and running here. Right, we've got to repair these. We just have to do it. We've got no other choice. We've got to get this army up, because this army is the only thing. We're going to lose Tunis. So that is a given. That is an absolute given. We're going to lose Tunis. We're going to lose the availability to these forces here, but that doesn't mean we give in. We don't give in here. Actually, we're not going to build a ship here. We're actually going to build an additional... Oh, we can't get any sloops here. Can we build any sloops here? Indeed, no, we can't. We can get 4th rates. Like galleys. If we lose this, we're going to lose the Safiks. So we're not going to be able to build any more sloops here. That doesn't mean we give in here at all. Can we get a 6th rate? How much? 883. We have to get a galley. That's going to have to serve us for the meantime. We've got to keep that trade coming in. But Britain is going to hit us pretty hard here. Especially with that cavalry and these pikemen here. But the rest aren't too hard to deal with, really. It's just a matter of getting our troops into position. We might have to pull a ship in here and just absolutely just, you know, attack straight off the bat here. But we are going to lose Tunis. It's a foregone conclusion. But I wonder if we can do some damage with them with the actual thing, but there's not much point in doing that. We just got to remain calm here. We mustn't panic. We're going to bring these 3 regiments here. We're going to sort of pinch and move the British here. I wonder if they're not going to be interested at all in a peace. No, they're not interested at all. What to request peace and give them payments of 1,000. No, they're not interested. They want Tunis for some reason, but looks like we're going to have to try and take Tunis back off them. Oh, that's a real kick in the teeth, that is, isn't it? A real kick in the teeth, right? We just got to accept it and get on with it, my friends, because there's no point in sulking here at what might have been. We've got these 2 privateers. That's given us a little bit of naval power, but not very much. If we had the naval power here, but look at that, we just got no chance against British naval power. It's too good there. But that doesn't mean we can't do something about it in the end, right? Okay, we've got to quash this British thing, because eventually they'll just start moving up and try and take in all our territories. Especially they can start building troops here in the barracks here. They'll start upgrading, producing troops, and then we'll be overrun. Right, let's end the turn here, and that proves that we just need that technology. Oh, drats. Now they're going to start hunting down our trade fleets. Ivory Coast is gone. I wonder if we could do some damage here, actually. I wonder if we take this fight and do as much damage as we possibly can here to weaken them. We've got a mortar. We've got 3 colonial line infantry. Not too bad at all. We might be able to do some damage here. Let's take this fight. Let's see what damage we can do to the British. That might help us in the fight to come. Let's not give in. Let's not hold our hands up here and just say, oh my gosh, we've just lost. No chance. And if this does spell the doom for us, then so be it. But we're not going to just roll over and die here. That I can assure you. Let's see what we can do here. Let's see what this gives us. What will the terrain give us in terms of potential advantages? We've got 3 line infantry, a mortar, and an armed citizen, so that's not too bad. Oh, actually, this is not too bad at all. We've got this sort of shelf, almost like a shelf here. I wonder if we use this as a fallback position here. We can move into the house here. We've got this. We can always fall back to the main sort of the town hall here, as you can see. Now they're going to have artillery firing on us all the time. What we might do is just put our artillery here behind. Actually, we'll probably put it here. The range is 500, not brilliant, but still. And we have got 3 regiments of colonial line infantry. This is nothing to be sniffed at really at all. We might actually put the armed citizens in here. So we've got some kind of, fire support, a fire base. Mind you, are they going to really be firing out of any windows here? It doesn't look like, does it? They're pretty much sealed up in there. Right, let's bring these gentlemen here, and let's actually put them hither. Let's stretch them right across here. What I might do is actually drop one of them down here to sort of defend this, using this building here as sort of a backstop almost. We'll put another regiment here, gentlemen, please. And also then here. Now this is going to be pretty brutal here. So fire control is going to be paramount. As I said, fire by rank is going to absolutely, the lack of it, should I say, is going to kill us here. But it doesn't mean we give in. And actually what we probably do is probably put these gentlemen here just to give that extra bit of fire support. Let's see what damage we can do at least. Let's begin. Here they come. That's more like it. Come on, go on, put the cavalry on. Hit the cavalry. Oh, well done, sir. Oh, they've hit us pretty hard there. We're looking to flank us here with the cavalry. Let's angle here. So we adjust. They're doing some damage here to these poor gentlemen. But they're aiming for these here. Don't you dare move, gentlemen. Here they come. This is gonna get brutal. Oh, beg your pardon. If we could have taken out the general, that would have been a wonderful sight. It really would have been. Position yourself, gentlemen. Reposition yourselves between the houses here. Come on now, lads. Come on. Steady, gentlemen, steady now. Got a sort of semi-square formation here. Oh my goodness me. Got to take the sting out of this charge. We've got to take the sting out of this charge. Come on lads, do as much damage as you can here. Damn, we've broken their goodbye. Damn, we've done some damage here to them. They're going to absolutely cripple us here. One last hurrah. Absolutely surrounded you, but damn, we've done some damage into the British, which is what we needed to do. Come on now, lads. They've broken, but they did what they needed to do. They've broken as well. Yeah, we've gone, we're shattered, but it was a foregone conclusion. But we've shown the British we're not going to just give in here. we've done some damage here actually to some of the British units. Some of them quite extensive damage. The horse is coming up pretty badly in the air. Close defeat. Well, I wouldn't say it was close defeat, but let's be realistic. It was a brutal defeat, but we had to take that fight there. We had to make our stand. I mean, they lost 212, lost 1,068, but still, we're going to show them. Damn, that's, oh my gosh, and here we go. Why would they raid that mine? We've just got to get in there and take that back. Tunis, we've just got to do that. Sweden, Maratha Confederacy. We've lost Tunis, my friends, probably our main sort of new capital, as it were, but we're not going to give in. We're not going to yield here at all. We're down, but we're not out. Not yet, at least. Britain really has been an absolute menace to us, it really has. We're going to take Tunis back. We're not straight away, but we will be taking it back, believe me. Do you know what? Oh, look at the trade, look at the raid on these lines here. This is going to kill us, especially this size of this stack here. Pirates, take a bit of a beating there. We've actually come out of that pretty well. Yeah, we know it's been destroyed. Yeah, Tunis has been lost. Rebellion again in Tripoli. This is unbelievable. Oh, jeepers creepers. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Absolutely crazy. Oh, excellent. I must do him justice. So brilliant. That means that's just helped us there. Can we get peace with Britain just for the meantime? Mind if we take peace with them? Mind you, we need peace. If they move against us anywhere else, we're going to be in trouble. Whilst this, as you can see here, this army, oh, it's almost fully replenished here. Actually, it's ready to go. We're going to crush this rebellion, I think, before it even takes root. We've got to do it. We've got these here to be still replenished, but we've got to move out here. We've got to take this fight. We've still got 3225 coming in, even there. But I'll be look. Oh, there could be a rebellion here. There could be a rebellion here. There's every chance there could be a rebellion. We'll just move these gentlemen back here. 7 more turns here. That's pretty high. -7 and -10. That's a rebellion on its way for definite. But we're not going to worry about that just yet. We've got this army here now. We've got to put an end to this rebellion again. Then we've got to replenish, and then we've got to come back. We can't allow any of these to retreat here at all. Well, we've got 4 desert warriors, 3 camel warriors. Three more turns for the Royal Palace. They're not repairing any of these either. We've also lost that ivory here, so what we're probably going to do is just stick to the areas that are safe for us at the moment. I wish we had some fleets here to take that out. Great Britain at war with. Nice to see us, of course, Spain, New Spain, Sweden, and the pirates. What I wouldn't give to be able to move into London and take London off them. That'd be fantastic. But Sweden's looking pretty strong, actually. It's a pity they're not hitting Britain. That would do us a world of good. But what I wouldn't give to move into against Britain, but we can't do. That's way off into the future. Right, let's deal with this rebellion first here. Let's take this fight. Let's do this. We've got to crush these fiends here. We have to take the fight here. We've got to crush them, bring them down utterly. We've got to hold our cavalry back here just for the right time to take out those destroyed units. We can't allow any of them to escape. We've got to destroy them all and then move back. Okay, how's the army looking here? Oh my goodness me, look at this hill here. It's almost like they know we've been in trouble and they're going to help us out here. Look at that hill. What's the deployment zone? Oh my god, that's a huge deployment zone. We can use this hill. But where is our demarcation line? Here. Here it is here. That very faint sort of red line there. So we can actually use this hill. What a brilliant sight that is. That's our main cavalry regiment here. Now where are our guns? We're going to use this hill to our advantage here. We're going to station our artillery up here. In each battle, remember, these men are getting much more veteran status here. They're getting battle hardened. That's exactly what we need. We've got to hold these gentlemen here in check so that we can run down all those enemy once we've destroyed them, and we will destroy them. General, let's do one thing at a time. Let's not panic here. Excuse me. Because panicking won't get us anywhere. Let's deal with one thing at a time. Let's do it in a calm manner. Right, we've got a real combat hardened group here, haven't we? I think we use the 4th. They look like more veteran. And they're going to be stationed right on the top of this hill here. I think then we'll have the 2nd Regiment here, just moving down this slope here on the right. Oh, that's actually quite a nice setup here. I'm pretty pleased with this. We've got the 8th Regiment here on the left. Luckily we're building up a sort of a surplus here of money so we can repair this army and keep it going. Excuse me, my friend's got a frog in my throat there. 1st Regiment here. I think we'll have these gentlemen. They're not the most experienced, but that doesn't mean they can't be used here. We'll put these on the right. 5th Regiment. I think we might have reached our line limit there. Where's the... Is that the rebel territory? Where's the rebel outline here? We can't quite see it, but it must be... Ah, there it is there. So it comes down to here. Down to here, that's fine. So we are definitely going to have another regiment here. But it'll have to be deployed once the deployment phase ends. With the 9th Regiment here. We can probably hold back some addition. We'll have the 6th Regiment and Native African Infantry again here. We'll just hold them back here on the left. We'll put one more regiment, the 10th here on the right, extreme right. We'll just slightly angle them in here. And then we'll have the 3rd Regiment held in reserve along with the regiment, this militia regiment here, which will hold sort of centre right. And a 3rd Regiment to be down in this sort of slope here. Actually, it's been protected from any fire here from this slope here, but we've got to keep our cavalry in one piece. We've also got to keep it in one piece to be able to strike against the rebels here. We can't allow any of them to escape. Right, let's end the turn, my friends. Oh, let's end the deployment. Good grief, they're on us like a flash here. Now that is right heavy here, so again... Let's move these gentlemen into position just to aid. But they're going to send a massive wave here against us. Desert Camel Warriors moving into position. How are these going to flank here? That's pretty good here actually. No, gentlemen. Don't kill your own men, thank you very much. Actually, let's end the fire there. We don't need any fire on these. Just remain calm here. pick them off here. They're shattered. Sir. They've gone, but that's fine. Get in there, we gotta shatter these fiends here. Come on, gentlemen, take them out now. Give them nothing, lads. Come on. Shatter these fiends here. Into them, lads, into them. Don't give them anything at all. We've just got one regiment that escaped. One regiment escaped. Put an end to this once and for all here. Actually, they can be withdrawn to here. That's it, lads. What a wonderful sight that is. Another rebellion crushed. I'll continue. We want them shattered, not just broken. Now we can rest easy, sir. Yes. What a fight that was, my friends. What a fight. We lost 212 men, they lost 790, they've got 790 men remaining? How is that possible? We shattered them. Oh, drats.
Signor.
Let's try and just keep things under control here. But how the heck do they only got 790 men still left here? How is that possible? We shattered them. Hopefully they'll get a rebellion here as well. Right. What we've got coming in? 2670. Okay, we're going to take a little bit of a hit here. That's probably because we're being raided as well, I'd imagine, on the trade. No, actually we're not. Just use any noise in the background, my friends. Right, let's end the turn. Let's see what happens. Britain's bound to move back into Tunis here. Yeah, they'll probably brought that under control, I'd imagine. Which is a shame. Oh, well done, United Provinces. Prussia. We've got to deal with, we'll deal with rebellion, then what we'll do then, we'll deal with Britain. That's what we'll do then, we'll deal with Britain. But we've got to just do these things one at a time here. My word, what a fight we've got on our hands here. What a fight. Russia. We could only hope that someone would do something to Britain, but looks like we're going to be fighting on two fronts here, my friends, with very limited resources. Savoy. Who's Savoy going to go after, I wonder? Okay, Empire. We've still got trade coming in. I wonder if we abandon Tripoli and make a move for... and try and take Tunis back. I think, I wonder... Whoa. Oh no. That means our trade is going to go absolutely down the hole here. By damn, we've got a lot of things going on here. We're up against it here, big time. Our trade has taken a massive hit there. I wonder if we abandon Tripoli. Oh. Tax levels have to go up just to be able to cover that there, because our trade has been hit there. I wonder, let's see what is going on here.
Attendo con piacere.
I wonder if we abandon Tripoli, because there's been nothing but problems here for us. And we move back into Tripoli, we repair, replenish, and then we move on to Tunis. Take Tunis and then come back for Tripoli. Let the rebels take it. Just leave it to the rebels. I wonder if we do that and bring this army back up to full replenishment here. And go for Britain. And take it off them. I think we'll recruit those two cavalry here. And I think we'll recruit these two here. And I think we'll go for Britain. I think we'll attack Britain. We'll be in our income here. That's because Venice is hit here. And that's going to put a huge dent in our trade. Look at that. Absolutely, our trade has been cut off there completely from Venice. Whew, by damn, we're up against it here. I won't be any venturing out any further into the new land, not into the new world, not anytime soon anyway.
Signore.
Is that still... yeah, that's still on fire there, so that means there could potentially be a rebellion here, but I think probably that'll be crushed. But I think what we will do is we will move out. We might abandon Tunis to the rebels. The Libyan rebels, give Tunis over to them, and then we might move. Mind you, we're going to lose 141 there, so we're going to get a huge amount. Tunis is going to bring us a lot more. So then what we might do is we abandon Tripoli, move the army once it's replenished, and we move these forces into here. Get this army up to full spec here. We'll move in for Tunis, retake Tunis, rebuild the army again, and then come back for Tripoli. I think that's what we'll probably do, my friends. But I'm going to end this episode here because I want the council's advice on that. Do you think that is sound advice? I know this is going to be like a bit of a shorter episode, but the reason I'm going to make it short is because, you know, I need your advice on this. Do we abandon Tripoli to the Libyan rebels, give it over to them, and then attack Tunis and retake Tunis, open up, you know, retake it back off the British before they are able to build, you know, a massive army themselves? And also, we don't have any technology at all. How is our technology doing here? At minus 13 there, we're going to be absolutely crippled in terms of our income here. We've got 6 turns there. Oh, actually, that's arrived there. But the Britain is here, so we don't want to lose our fleet. So actually, we'll head for South America. So do we do that? Do we abandon Tripoli for the meantime and then move in and take Tunis back, rebuild our army back once we've opened Tunis back up again, and then come back for Tripoli and really sort of crush it, and we'll be ready to strike, and then hopefully Britain will have left us alone by then. And then we can sort of start a rebuild again, but this is going to be difficult. If we didn't have this army, we'd be in a lot of trouble. Well, if we didn't have this army, effectively the campaign would be over. So we've got to pretty much keep this up. We don't have this army. The campaign is pretty effectively dead because we don't have an army to fight with. It's been impossible to carry on with the campaign, to be honest with you. So as long as we've got this army, and we keep it in good shape, and we're able to keep it, and we're able to sort of, you know, retake Tunis, because that is our capital at the moment. So once we retake Tunis, we're going to have to really sort of take a breather. And we're going to then move down then and retake Tripoli, and hope that it gives us time to retake Tripoli and then crush, you know, bring Tripoli really under our control as quickly as possible, and then move on from there. But my friends, I'm going to end this episode here. If you've enjoyed it, please comment, my friends. Please keep your comments coming down below. Again, your advice is going to be most essential here. It really, really is. I need the council's advice here of what to do. Or do we crush the rebellion here and then move on to Tunis, then rebuild and move on to Tunis, or do we take Tunis and then come back for Tripoli, if you understand what I mean? And what we'll do is we'll put these regiments in here, and we'll put these two in here as well, and that'll bring us up to a full army, or bar one regiment, which we can probably take from here. Actually, we'll probably put this African native infantry line regiment into this army here as it moves along. We'll probably come by ship and come straight to Tunis, siege it immediately, and then we'll have to come back for Tripoli, or take Tripoli, secure it, and then move on to Tunis. But I'm going to leave that decision to the council, my friends. I need your advice really more than ever now, because this campaign is on a knife edge. I kid you not, my friends. But I hope you've enjoyed it. Please comment if you have, my friends. And until next time, bye for now.